there's a lot of me in every scene. There's no scene that I think couldn't happen in my real life. It's definitely exaggerated, but yeah, I don't think I'm not embarrassed about it. Like, and I think that's like probably going to be strange to some people, but it makes me feel vulnerable because it really is. It's not even like the sex stuff that I'm like, ooh. It's the family stuff and the really putting it out there about my insecurities and my fears, and that stuff's all pretty real. She's very close with her father. They're kind of like buddies. That blurred line that can happen sometimes with parents and their kids, where you're treated a little too much like friends, or the child becomes the parent a little too much. And that's definitely a theme in my family with both my mom and my dad. And yeah, Colin Quinn just did such a great job playing my dad, and he spent time with my real dad. Yeah, my dad's name is Gordon. He does have MS, lives in a home, and it was it was it was pretty much just him playing my dad. He's like the fastest rising doctor. He's like the doctor for all the Knicks, and it seems like it's a job that could be, you could kind of get corrupt with power and abuse it and be dating some, 19-year-old and spending money frivolously, and he's just not that guy. He's a sweetheart, and he's funny. And I think Amy hasn't really met someone who was her intellectual equal yet, even though there are moments where she can sort of downplay her own intellect and wit. Meeting someone who brings it out in her is surprising, and Aaron's definitely the guy that does that. The cast is so crazy. It looks like a parody. Like, you're like, oh, Tilda Swinton and Method Man, finally their vehicle. We just got the best people. It was all like our first choices. I wrote in LeBron James, thinking that we were gonna get, and then he said yes. Like, everybody said yes. And man, that Judd Apatow, people want to work with him. He's like, well, let's just do it at the Garden. I'm like, what? Like, I can't believe I'm used to, and the way I'm even writing the scenes, it's like, for my television show, the budget is like cardboard. So I'm like trying to be real frugal about things. And then he's like, well, why don't we just get Ezra Miller? Like, why don't we get the person you want? And I was like, yeah, it's total fantasy camp. John Cena, he auditioned and he was the funniest one. He like, he blew our minds. Of everyone in this whole movie, John Cena will blow everyone's mind the most, and they'll think that I did not write most of his lines. He just would open his mouth and it would fly out. And he created a whole other arc for his character that wasn't even there. He thought it was there, but he's so funny. That's the craziest casting. Never did I think that she would be into doing this. Yeah, Tilda Swinton. She it like frightened me how quickly I fell in love with her. Like, you can't be in the room with her and not be like, wow, she's so powerful and beautiful and strong and just so full. Like, every moment of her on camera just felt so full, and you just feel so like carried by her if you're in a scene with her. Like, you can't take your eyes off her. And she was just like the loveliest person to be around.